what happens when you make a simple change in your life? What happens when you make a change that is actually going to be for the better? That is going to not just change what you're doing, but change how you're feeling and who you are. What's going to happen in your life when you make a change? And a change can be good. Of course it can. And a change can be uncomfortable. Of course it can. But when you get over to the fact that changes are necessary in order to have success, changes are necessary when you want to grow and to become and to evolve into that person that you're dreaming of being, change is necessary when you want to have a different lifestyle, when you want to go places, when you want to do different things. Change is always a plus, and it's a necessary. So when you change for the better, everything will change for you. And I mean that sincerely, because if you're not happy with what you're doing now, maybe just say you don't like the job you're in. Let's say you're not happy with the places you have to go, your things you have to do to make money and bring in money in for the family. You can change all of that just by changing your philosophy of you. Change the philosophy you have that is representing where you're going, what you're doing, and who you are. There are 13 different philosophies in the universe, in the world, in our world as we know it. And you have a philosophy that you are living, that you are following, that you are doing every day. And when you change the philosophy that is around you, that you are, and it has to do with what you believe, the action steps you take, and what you're doing every day. And look at what you're doing every single day. I don't mean just all the mundane stuff, of taking care of the house and all that stuff, or the family. Look at your philosophy on life. How do you see life? How do you see yourself being able to prosper, to get out of the funk and get into where you actually want to go? When you see yourself getting to that place and in that space and time, your philosophy will change for the better. And I say that sincerely and from my heart, because the philosophy you have right now is holding you back if you're not where you want to go. And if you don't see yourself or feel yourself, more importantly, moving forward, if you don't feel yourself evolving into the place where you want to go, then you are not in the right frame of mind, and you are not having the philosophy that you need to grow and to be that person. So take a look at what you're doing, like I said, and be sincere for yourself. Be sincere in what you're doing, and be sincere in how you need to make the certain changes in your life and what you need to do. Because clarity comes from engagement, not from thought. So be clear on your path. Be clear on what you're doing. And another thing I want to just mention here for you briefly, because there's more in tune for this, and I will be doing another, probably a whole seminar, a whole presentation on neglect. And what do you do when you neglect yourself? When you neglect what you're doing, you neglect moving forward, you neglect taking that action step. What happens when you neglect what you want? When you neglect saying, you know what, I am not listening to naysayers anymore, because I am neglecting my path. I am neglecting what I was meant to do. I am neglecting taking control of my finances, taking control of my life, because neglect will take your money. When you neglect yourself, neglect will take it away, and neglect will take your values. What do you value most? Neglect will take it. Neglect will take your home, the home you desire most, the success you want, the future you want. Neglect will take it all. And neglect has no conscience. Neglect has no conscience at all. It will take it all. And neglect will keep you stuck right where you're at. Neglect will not let you move forward. So when you're neglecting yourself, when you're neglecting what you know somewhere deep inside of you that you need to do something, you need to make a change, you need to get out of the funk, so to speak, and you need to start creating a life that's going to make you happy. And when you change your thinking and stop neglecting yourself, you're the only one that can make the changes you need in your life. You're the only one that can get yourself started. There's no one else out there that can do that for you. You are the only one who can do that. And I say this today because it is becoming rampant, and I see more and more people out there neglecting to take action and making excuses to themselves for why they can't do this or why they can't do that or why they don't feel they should invest in themselves. Have pride in yourself, invest in yourself to learn, to grow, and to make the changes that you need to be who you need to be. That's changing your philosophy. It's changing your life. It's changing everything about what you have been doing to what you are going to do, which is what you are doing. So when you change the, I did this and it didn't work, into, okay, so that didn't work, so what will? Excuse me. You can take it all. You take all the action steps. You can take everything. But when you have faith in yourself and you are not going to neglect yourself anymore, you're not going to listen to the naysayers. You're not going to listen to anyone out there that is holding you back. You are not going to pay attention to anyone who is stopping you from growing and being. And there's no time in the world that is a better time than right now for you to get going and to make it happen for yourself. If you're not going to take the action steps to get out of that path you're on and go forward, and don't complain. One thing I can tell you for sure is do not complain. When you start complaining about everything that isn't working for you, or everything that makes you irritable, or everything that makes you stop what you're doing, when you start complaining about that, you're going to get more of that. So stop that. Stop complaining and start doing. Have action steps and change your philosophy. Write it all down. Look at it every day. What kind of life do you want? What is the lifestyle that you really want to have, to be that person, to be that provider, to be that success? And success means something different to everyone. We all have a different meaning as to what we see success as. A lot of people see success as only having money. Some people see success in what they've accomplished and what they have given to the marketplace or to the people or to the world. So some people see success in their beliefs and what they give and how they manifest that. So it just all depends on, again, on what you see success as being. Granted, we all want a successful life to where we can have the means to take care of our families, to take care of, charities and different things like that we're involved in. And that is a big plus. As you all know, I do a lot of charity work. I'd love to do that. And I'm very focused for my family. I will do what I can and help anyone out there I can. And when you do these things and you all come together and your philosophy changes, you will learn to have a philosophy of, I can have whatever I choose to have in my world when I connect with my source energy. We all have source energy. We all have source in us. We're all part of the source. We're all part of the universe. We are, let's face it, we live, we love, we die. When we die, we go to dust, right? That's part of the earth. It's part of the universe. It's part of everything. That's the physical body. So, but your soul is pure, untampered with energy. Your soul is pure energy. So take that energy that is part of you, that is very powerful and unstoppable in attracting what you desire. So change what you're thinking. When you change you, change that part of you that is stopping yourself from moving forward, from getting the success and having clarity. You can't have enough clarity. It comes from engagement. Clarity comes from engaging. Clarity comes from looking. Not just your thoughts. Clarity comes from doing. So be clear on what you want and be clear to yourself. And look at what you're doing in neglect, to neglect yourself from having. Because if you're not where you're at right now, you are neglecting yourselves in some way, shape, or form. I gave you a few suggestions here today on different areas. There's a whole lot more out there. I didn't want to spend an hour giving you a list of neglects that people do to themselves because that would be irrelevant. So again, look at what you're doing to yourself. Look at how you're feeling about yourself. Look at the steps you're not taking. I'm not saying so much the steps you are taking, but if those are and you're not getting where you want to be, then you're doing something to stop yourself. It is plain and simple, and everything that is easy is a frame of mind, because something could be easy for one person and another person will make it the hardest thing on earth. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on your beliefs in yourself, and have belief that you can do what you want to do. Have belief to be successful. Have belief that you can grow your business, that you can create the content. If you need help creating content, you don't know where to get it, you don't know how to do it, I actually put a link up here for you to get some training, to give you ideas and to give you systems on how to do that. Anytime you're looking to develop and grow your business, don't you think it behooves you to take the steps in yourself first? Take the steps in yourself first. Use the systems I give you. Use the strategies. Use everything there because it is designed to help you grow. You're the one that will benefit from all of these. You are the main source of the beneficiary for these courses, for the systems, anything that crosses your path. It is a focus for you. It is a definite focus to help you to grow, to be, to do, to have. You can't go wrong when you are so in tune with everything you want. It's true. So change you. If you will change you, everything will change for you. That's the way it is. Okay? I look forward to hearing your success. Share your success with the marketplace. Share your success and direct message me. I would be happy to hear the success you're having. And if there's anything I can do to help, please message me in. Get over here to my YouTube channel and subscribe and leave a message, okay? I look forward to talking with you.